Today, I'm giving you 50 rank tips to help you climb faster in Apex Legends Season 26. Implement these tips and I guarantee you will win more fights, secure more RP, and finally break past the ranks you've been stuck in. My name is Sonyx, let's get started. Tip 1. Play early ranks aggressively like pubs. If you're playing in gold or below, don't be afraid to push fights early. These lobbies are the best place to practice clutching 1v3s and building your confidence under pressure. Even though this season leans placement focus, kills still give solid RP, and sharpening your fighting skills here makes climbing easier later on. Tip 2. Take your fights indoors. If you're caught in a bad situation but have to fight, moving inside can completely change the odds. Indoors, fights naturally break into 1v1s instead of wide open 3v3s, which makes isolating enemies much easier. In fact, some of the best 1v3 clutches happen inside buildings because doorways and corners force players to fight you one at a time. Tip 3. If you're stuck outside, you can still isolate your fights. Outdoors, you don't have doors or walls to protect you, but you do have your Legends abilities. Use smoke, gas, portals, walls, or even movement tech to instantly cut enemies off and create 1v1 situations. The faster you isolate fights, the better your odds of clutching a battle you'd normally lose in the open. Tip 4. Contest tight endgame circles with grenades. In ranked, tight endgame circles are bound to happen, and space gets more limited the higher you climb. That's when grenades become your strongest tool. A single thermite or arc star can force enemies out of cover and hand you free kills without risking your life. Always carry at least 2 grenades in those final rings, because they often decide who wins the lobby. Tip 5. Use the overflow healer amp. This thing is insanely strong because it lets you heal while still moving forward. Think of it like a mobile Phoenix kit. You don't have to stop and reset, which means you can keep pressure on the enemies while topping off your health. In ranked, momentum wins fights, and this tool makes sure you never have to give that up. Tip 6. Never fight low. If you push into a fight and your health drops, the worst thing you can do is keep forcing it. Always reset, heal up, and then take the fight again from a position of strength. At the end of the day, HP wins wars, not ego pushes. Tip 7. If there are 3 squads left, never fight first. The fastest way to throw a winning position is to ego push when 3 teams are alive. Let the other 2 squads burn their resources and take each other down, then you slide in for the clean third party. In rank, patience in endgame is what turns top 3 into a guaranteed win. Tip 8. Know when a fight is unwinnable and run. Not every fight is worth taking, especially in ranked where survival matters just as much as kills. Sometimes, the smartest play is to disengage, reset, and play for placement instead of throwing away RP. Remember, staying alive often gives you more points than forcing fights you can't win. Tip 9. Take late game fights for stronger KP only if you can afford it. The RP system rewards kills more when you survive into the final rings. That means securing a squad wipe in top 5 is worth way more than wiping the same squad in round 1. If you're healthy, well positioned, and have the resources to spare, take those late game fights. The KP stacks big when combined with placement. Tip 10. Drop your armor before reviving teammates. When you go for a revive, throw your armor on the ground first so your teammate can grab it as soon as they're back up. That quick swap gives them fresh shield instead of standing vulnerable at 1 HP. After you're dropping your armor, you can always grab an armor from a death box yourself. It's a small detail that often saves the fight. Tip 11. Contest enemy teams if they have cover and you don't. If you're stuck in the open and the enemy squad has the better ground, you can't just sit there and trade. The smartest play is to push up and take over their positioning before they lock you out. Winning the fight gives you their cover and instantly flips the advantage in your favor. Tip 12. Play your teammates knockdown. Sometimes the smartest move isn't to revive right away. Instead, use their knockdown shield as free cover. That shield can block shots, buy you time to heal, or even create space to reload and reset. Playing around it correctly can save your life and even win you the fight. Tip 13. Don't follow teammates if they make a bad move. If teammates push into a fight that's clearly lost, you don't have to throw your own life away too. Play your life, reset, and look for a smarter opportunity. Even in a 1v3 and tight endgame circles, you can clutch the win if you play your cards right. Tip 14. Don't forget to use your tactical. Abilities win fights just as much as gun skill, and forgetting them is one of the biggest mistakes players can make. Think about how a Caustic can completely dominate a final circle 1v3 just by locking it down with gas. That's the power of a well-timed tactical. Use your kit every fight because it can be the difference between losing and winning the game. Tip 15. Basic strafing can win you more fights. You don't need wall bounces or tap strafe to win most gunfights. Simple left to right strafing throws off enemies' aim more than you think. Mastering the basics first will give you consistent wins across all ranks. Save the advanced movement tech for later once your fundamentals are solid. Which brings us to our next tip, tip 16. Simple wall bounces don't hurt. Once you're comfortable with basic strafing, mix in a wall bounce here and there to catch enemies off guard. Even a simple wall bounce can break their aim assist or track just long enough to win the duel. It's not about spamming flashy moves, it's about adding unpredictability to your fights. Tip 17. Search for a building in Endgame and hold. When the ring gets smaller, buildings become the strongest positions you can play. They give you natural cover, doors to control, and choke points that force enemies into bad pushes. Secure one early and hold it tight. It's often the key to winning ranked endgames. Tip 18. If you're a controller legend, use ring consoles for movement. Don't just think of them as zone scans. Every time you activate one, it also spawns an evac tower. That tower can completely change your rotation options, giving you a safe way to reposition or claim high ground. In ranked, that extra mobility can be the difference between getting stuck on edge and rotating into a winning spot. Tip 19. Play cover as much as you can. Natural cover like rocks and walls should always be your first priority, but if none exists, use your Legends kit to create it. Abilities like caustic barrels or rampart walls can buy you space, block angles, and can completely flip a fight. You'd be surprised how many more battles you'd win just by giving yourself something solid to hide behind. Tip 20. Never take a fight when you and the enemy are the same HP. If both squads are on even health, you're basically flipping a coin on the outcome. Instead, look for an advantage first, like cracking a shield or knocking a player, then push with confidence afterwards. Taking only advantage fights keeps the odds stacked in your favor. Tip 21. High ground is almost always a good idea. Elevation gives you better angles, safer cover, and makes it harder for enemies to shoot back. From high ground, you can poke safely, pressure rotations, and can control the pace of the fight. If you have the chance to take it, do it. High ground wins games, period. Tip 22. Before reviving teammates, try to eliminate the threat first. If an enemy is still close by, they can easily push, cancel a revive, and eliminate you too. Clearing the immediate danger first gives you breathing room and makes the res safe. Once a threat is gone, you can revive without putting both of you at risk. Tip 23. Prioritize placement over everything, but don't be afraid to fight. Climbing rank this season is always about securing placement RP first. That's your foundation. But if you know you can take a fight and win it, don't shy away, because kills stack massive value on top of placement. The key is confidence combined with smart decisions. Tip 24. The majority of ranked is long-range fighting. Run dedicated marksman and sniper rifles such as a 30-30, sentinel, or longbow. These weapons are powerhouses that let you deliver consistent damage from safety, forcing enemies to burn heals before they can ever push. Staying effective at range keeps you alive longer while dishing out insane pressure on the lobby. Tip 25. Camp enemy altar ultimates for free kills. When an altar places her ultimate, it's basically a trap you can turn against them. If you simply wait, you can beam the enemy as soon as they come through. It's one of the easiest ways to secure free KP in ranked games. Tip 26. Only follow an altar ultimate if you already have an advantage. The only time you should ever chase an altar portal tail is if you've already knocked two enemies. If you take it with no advantage, you're almost guaranteed to die. Be disciplined, altar's portal is usually a death trap, not a free fight. Tip 27. Use this weapon arsenal trick. Don't always upgrade your gun right away. Instead, you first want to grab a weapon from the arsenal, then you loot around for the attachments, and then come back to upgrade afterwards. You'll often be guaranteed a higher level magazine or upgrade that you actually want. This small delay can give you a much stronger setup without giving you bad attachments. Tip 28. Practice skynading to catch enemies off guard. Throw your grenade high into the air and let it land directly on the enemy team. By the time it drops, they have no time to react or escape the blast. A well-placed skynade can crack shields or even secure free knocks without you overcommitting. Tip 29. Gatekeep the edge of zone. Watch the ring for players rotating late and punish them as they try to run in. Teams caught outside are forced to move straight into your line of sight with no cover. Eliminating them is one of the easiest ways to farm RP safely. Tip 30. If you're solo, run until you can't, then fight. Sometimes you'll be the last one left, and the instinct is to give up. Instead, survive as long as you can for placement, and if you run into a team, take the fight with everything you've got. You might be surprised, Adrenaline can carry you to clutch wins you didn't think were possible. Tip 31. Do whatever it takes to rotate to endgame circle first. Getting there early gives you the god spot, which is always easier to defend than to attack. When you're inside and the other squads are forced to push in, you control every angle and make them burn resources just to reach you. A secure god spot almost always guarantees RP in ranked. Tip 32. Leave fights that aren't worth it, especially mid-game. This is the stage of the match where 3rd, 4th, and even 5th parties are almost guaranteed. Forcing a fight here usually means you will win the battle but lose the war, and when the next squad collapses on you, it's game over. Sometimes the best decision is to disengage and save your resources for a cleaner fight later on. Tip 33. Armor swap mid-fight whenever you can. If there are death boxes nearby, don't waste time popping a cell or a battery. A fast armor swap instantly gives you fresh health and lets you keep fighting without slowing down. Mastering this habit will win you more fights than any single heal ever could. Tip 34. Use Skirmisher scans to track care packages. When you scan a care package as a Skirmisher, the weapon inside will glow so you know exactly what's in there. But if that glow disappears, it means another team already grabbed it. This little trick gives you free intel on enemy loadouts and rotations without ever taking a risk. Tip 35. Remove the scope from your sniper if you're fighting close range. In tight situations, a scope sniper can feel clunky and slow, but if you take the scope off, it handles much smoother. Hip firing or quick ADS without the scope basically turns it into a shotgun. It's a simple trick that can save your life. Tip 36. Push with your team. One of the most obvious but most ignored rules in ranked is pushing together. Too many fights are lost because players trickle in one at a time, giving the enemy easy 1v1s. If you push as a unit, you overwhelm with numbers and massively increase your chances of winning. Tip 37. Use evac towers for height, not just rotation. Most players drop them only to move across the map, but they're just as strong for claiming high ground. In endgame, popping an evac tower can give you the winning position where kills and placement stack the fastest. Think of it as turning into Pathfinder for a second. Tip 38. Use abilities to break doors. Never risk kicking down a door when enemies are holding the other side. There's a free shotgun blast to your face. Instead, use grenades, tacticals, or ultimates to safely clear the door and open the fight on your terms. Smart utility wins more often than brute force. Tip 39. Scanning survey beacons can save your life. They ping every enemy squad around you for a moment. That instant information lets you know if fights are worth taking or simply get out now. If the scan shows trouble, you can immediately set up an escape plan for your team before it's too late. Tip 40. Don't get thirsty for kills. If pushing for a knock will overextend your position, it's usually not worth it. Back up, play position, and look for a safer fight instead of chasing one kill. Ranked is all about delayed gratification. Securing placement RP plus late game KP is how you climb. Tip 41. Praise your teammates for good plays. A little positivity goes a long way in ranked. Simple words of encouragement can boost team morale, keep comms clear, and help everyone play more confidently. Sometimes kindness is the hidden buff that makes your squad perform better under pressure. Nice, good work guys. We played that really well. Tip 42. If you have a mobile respawn beacon, don't be afraid to use it. Even in endgame, bringing a teammate back can completely win the game. A single extra gun can cover angles, draw fire, or clutch a 1v1 you couldn't win alone. If you're carrying a beacon, look for every opportunity to use it. It can mean the difference between losing and winning the game. Tip 43. Valkyrie's ultimate is the strongest rotation tool in the game. It allows you and your team to reposition powerfully, especially in late game circles where every move counts. Unlike evac towers, it's much harder for enemies to shoot you while you take off, which makes it much safer. A well-timed Valk ult can carry your squad into a winning position. Tip 44. The best areas to hold are where your back is safe. Look for spots where the map naturally cuts off behind you, like a cliff, wall, or out of bounds zones. This way, you only have to watch the front and don't risk being pinched from multiple angles. Controlling a one-direction fight makes defending so much easier in ranked. Tip 45. You don't need kills to level your armor. Take every opportunity to farm damage on flyers, collect Evo harvesters scattered throughout the map, and even scan beacons if your legend allows it. Those extra points can level up your armor before you even take your first real fight. Hitting blue armor early is huge. It gives you the advantage over enemies still stuck in white. Tip 46. Survey beacons are even stronger rotation tools than ring consoles. Knowing where every enemy squad is positioned beats just knowing where the next ring will pull. A quick scan can give you a crystal clear path to rotate safely without running into danger. In ranked, that information is priceless. It's the difference between walking to a trap and walking into Endgame. But did you know that rings are actually predictable? Which brings us to our next tip. Tip 47, how to read the next circle. The zone will almost always pull towards the short end of the map instead of the center. Take a look at these different examples and you'll notice the same pattern. The ring always favors the short end or the outer edge of the map rather than pulling into the middle. Understanding this pattern lets you anticipate rotations early and secure the next zone before anyone else. Tip 48. Map awareness is crucial. Sometimes the best spots to play aren't the obvious buildings or high ground everyone fights over. Underground strongholds or hidden angles can give you safety that other squads overlook. Mastering these sneaky positions can win you games simply because nobody expects you to be there. Tip 49. Become the IGL for your squad if nobody else is. IGL stands for in-game leader and every team needs one. If no one is calling the shots, step up and take the role. Make confident plays and call rotations or pushes with certainty. Most teammates will follow if the plan makes sense. Clear leadership usually leads to cleaner fights, better positioning, and more wins. Okay, here's the thing. We're not directly in ring. We want to be in there. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Get ready? I'm going to run. We're going to swing. Go ahead. I'm watching. You're good? Trap it up. Nice. W rotate, guys. Seriously. Good job. Beautiful work, team. And it wouldn't be a Sonyx video without this one. Tip 50. Practice kindness. Remember, at the end of the day, Apex is just a game. So have fun, be kind to your teammates, and hype each other up. Some of the strongest bonds and even lifelong friendships can start in a single match. Kindness goes a long way, and I can say personally, I've made some of my closest friends this exact way.
I have like a bunch of ads for you as well.
This is a really nice teammate right here. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
I got you. Dude, I was like one bullet away from getting her, but my video wasn't reloaded.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. You're killing it right now.
Thank you.
Got him. All dead.
Good shots, dude.
And that's 50 rank tips to help you climb faster in Apex Legends Season 26. If this helped you, drop a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Check the links below for the best controllers to use for Apex, join my Discord if you want me to review your Apex clips, and click here for my full playlist of Legend guides. Comment down below on what video you'd like to see next. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.